Hey everyone, in this video we're going to take a look at the new Audi Concept C. So it previews a brand new design direction for Audi and also previews a successor to probably the Audi TT and also the Audi R8, so a car that will sit in between. So it looks like it's going to be based on the same platform as the upcoming Porsche Boxster, so the electric Boxster, and successors to the current 718. But it looks like Audi might beat Porsche to the punch here. So this car has been designed by ex-JLR designer Massimo Frascella. There's probably a bit of a resemblance there between both this car and the recent Jaguar concept. So let's have a look into the design in a little bit more detail here. So first looking at the Concept C's front end, you can see it's dominated by this horseshoe grille, which is a bit of a departure from the trapezoidal single frame grille that has been on Audi models since basically the early 2000s. So I think Audi A6 and Audi A8 were the first models to show the new grille. And I remember at the time it was actually quite controversial, but seems to have grown on everyone as it's become the mainstay of the Audi design language. But this really rethinks it for an electric era. So a lot of the sensors are now hidden within this section here. And it's an interesting shape, and it seems that Audi has recalled some of its past here. So if we look at some of these cars from its Auto Union days, some of these races that we have a similar sort of grille, although perhaps a little bit more organic in shape here. And then also we've got the Audi Rosemeyer concept from the early 2000s, which was basically a twin of the Bugatti Veyron. So definitely a little bit of a Bugatti Veyron vibe here with the grille, but overall a bit of a fresh design direction for Audi. There's also been some inspiration from some other models on Audi's past, so the TT, the R8, and then you can see some resemblance to the Jaguar Type 0. If we go back to the Concept C, we've got slim headlights at the front, very minimal detailing here around the sides of the front as well. Some of the wheel elements hark back to the classic Audi six-spoke designs as well that we've seen on the Audi A8, the Audi TT. So I really like that they're bringing it back to the past here. And I've got to say, I wasn't a fan of the grille when I first saw the images, but it's definitely grown on me very quickly. And I could see this being a pretty nice front end for future Audis. The rear as well, again, very simple, pretty much the same sort of design as the headlights for the rear lights here too. Tail lamps really have a very simple LED signature as we see at the front here. So with the front, we've got the four LED elements here and the dynamic in the way they move. So when the headlights turn on, they move to the side, the headlights appear, which is a bit of a change from the way Audi has approached its LED light signatures. They were one of the first really to put a lot of effort into how the elements appear within the headlight. Now it's like a lot of models, they've stuck to three or four key elements. You think of Porsche as well, where it's four elements. Two, Ferrari have got a very simple one element style. You got think of Cupra, they've got three. So a lot of manufacturers have gone down this route now to try and build a brand identity around it. BMW is another one that have gone with two strong elements, whereas before they had the angel eyes, which were quite nice. So yeah, looking at the rear again, the rear window is no longer there. You just got a few vents here, so similar to a Polestar 4 or Polestar 5, which will be interesting to see if this carries to production. But yeah, it looks like in the concept they've eschewed that, which gives us a nice kind of seamless design. You can see from the top view here, but yeah, rear view visibility and relying on a camera doesn't sound like the best idea of all time. Now, looking at the interior, this is a great return to form for Audi. I really love what they've done here. You can see they're using real aluminium, metal elements here throughout. It's not dominated by multiple screens. So you've got the one screen up front here, but really nothing here that's immediately visible. So similar to the outgoing Audi TT actually, where it's very much driver focused. But if you do want a screen, then it does actually pop out. So I think that's a really nice move that Audi's done here, and it harks back to, I believe, Audi A3 and maybe the A8 from a couple of generations ago, which had a similar kind of mechanism that would hide the screen and only pop it up when you needed it to show. So I love what they've done here. The steering wheel looks fantastic. So we're using real buttons here for all the controls, no haptic touch, one for boost, and I believe that should be the drive mode as well. The nice circular hub too. And this is a very underrated detail, but real Audi metal rings rather than plastic rings, which look fantastic too. I really love what they've done here. Hopefully we see this back again with future Audi production models rather than the route they've gone down where they've got many screens going on. So you've got the recent Audi A5, A6, SUVs such as the Q6, which have a main display for everyone, the driver display, and then also a passenger display, which just isn't very well integrated if you look at how they've designed it. I don't mind a passenger's display if it's designed nicely. Cadillac does a pretty good job with that in terms of wraparound display. A lot of the Chinese models do an okay job. Ferrari have a slim display, but with Audi, it really looks like an afterthought. I hope that we see a lot of new classic Audi designs now come to production with this new change in direction. And it was much needed. I think Audi has really been struggling for identity for a while now. A lot of the German brands, BMW, Mercedes, have been experimenting for a while, and BMW in particular, they haven't got it right all the time, but at least they were coming out with designs that were interesting some of the time and did have appeal, whereas Audi sat in the space where they weren't really taking many risks, and the designs looked okay, but there were nothing that would help them stand out, whereas this really looks like something that could be timeless and bring Audi back to its heyday. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what's coming. But I think it's a good start for Audi to start a new era for them. So let me know what you think. If you like what you saw and want to see more videos like this, feel free to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.